They said telepathy is just the tip of the iceberg. It goes way deeper.
I've been really getting back into the telepathy tapes.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's blowing my absolute mind.
Tell me about it.
There's this one boy, Houston. His story is just insane. Like, grew up severely autistic, non-speaking, and mom had just grew up thinking that he was basically almost like a vegetable. And she like came home one day. Her son walked downstairs, looked her straight in the eyes, which she said never made eye contact ever, and said, "I love you."
Verbally.
Through that was the beginning, figuring out that he could read people's minds. He could see what they were thinking. And then it starts with him talking about this place. He says that he goes to this place with other kids, other people that have this ability of telepathy. They call it the Hill.
Yeah.
And he says, we meet there, we teach each other things, we pray for each other. And it's like this community of kids that have this ability. They go to the Hill. It's not like a physical place. It's like not dimensional. It's like a place where their consciousness goes. And they said, but it's like in the shape of a hill.
So the primary thing you have to understand about the telepathy tapes is that all of this information allegedly coming from the subjects, these children with autism, mostly nonverbal, is being done through essentially facilitated communication. They're using the rapid prompting method and the spelling to communicate, both of which are just versions of facilitated communication. That means that it's all complete nonsense. What facilitated communication, this came out in the late 80s, at its heyday in the early 90s. It was researched. It was fairly quickly discovered that the person who's doing the communicating is the facilitator, not the client, right? So essentially, there is some method by which there is a facilitator which is helping the person to communicate, but they're not helping them communicate. They're not, supporting their hand while they point at, spell on a letterboard or whatever. They are actually the ones who are directing it, right? And there's copious evidence for this. It's absolutely clear. No one's been able to show that, for example, someone who is a nonverbal with developmental delay or autism or whatever is able to communicate with this method. Whenever you blind the facilitator to the information you're looking for, then it doesn't work, right? It doesn't work because the facilitator is the one who's coming up with the information. So now you have a facilitator, communicating with, or the child is allegedly communicating through the facilitator, and the child somehow can read the facilitator's mind. Or it's already in the facilitator's mind because the facilitator is the one doing the communication in the first place. Now, of course, if the method of communication is fraudulent, if it's fake, right, it's like facilitated communication, it's not real. If it's imaginary, then you can, then what happens is that you then impose whatever narrative you have onto the child. So, they're claiming that these 2-year-olds speak 7 languages, The 2-year-old is not speaking 7 languages. They are not speaking any languages, right? So when you get ridiculous results, it doesn't mean that the universe is magical or different than you thought it was. It means that your method is flawed. That's the problem. So no, these children are not telepathic. They're not savants. They're not secretly, somehow managed to soak in multiple languages. They're not communicating with each other. This is all just a fake story being imposed upon these innocent children without their consent, without their will, through this completely debunked method of facilitated communication. This is all dangerous, exploitative nonsense. There is a significant dark side to the story of facilitated communication that the telepathy tapes are promoting. There are people who get falsely accused of abuse, for example, through facilitated communication. So don't believe any of this. It's been completely debunked. It's absolute nonsense. The fact that it's still being resurrected 30 years later, 30 years after it's been shown to be utter nonsense, is very sad. These children are victims. We should not contribute to their victimization through supporting any kind of nonsense like this.